Hello, passionate Celtic fans. Welcome back to another update, and if you've just joined us, a warm welcome to all the new subscribers. Your support really makes a difference, and if you love Celtic as much as we do, hit that like button, subscribe, and join the community. Today, we've got some really exciting news about the squad, and it all starts with the latest addition up front. We're talking about Thomas Cavanchara, or Thomas Cavanchara, as we're going with for the pronunciation. He's a 25-year-old Czech striker, standing tall at around 6'3". He brings a real physical presence to the attack, and Celtic have secured him on a 6-month loan from Borussia Mönchengladbach with a purchase option included. Celtic will cover his full salary for the remainder of the season, which is a smart move considering what we're looking to add to the squad. Cavanchara is expected to complete his medical soon, and while the official announcement might follow on Thursday, it's clear that the deal is done and he'll be joining the Hoops shortly. For those not familiar with him, Cavanchara isn't a household name in Scotland just yet, but his career has been interesting. He broke through in his homeland, making his senior debut for Zbrojovka Brno, and had some early exposure to European competition. He even played against Celtic in a Europa League qualifier back in 2021, experiencing the atmosphere at Celtic Park firsthand, with a near-full stadium cheering him on. That kind of experience can only help when stepping into a new club with high expectations. After his early career in the Czech League, Cavanchara moved to Sparta Prague in December 2021. At Sparta, he really made a name for himself, scoring goals consistently across competitions and helping the club win the league in his first full season. He also made his senior international debut for the Czech Republic during this period, scoring in a Euro 2024 qualifying match against Poland. That kind of form and confidence at a young age is exactly what Celtic fans hope to see replicated here. Following his success in the Czech League, he earned a big move to Borussia Mönchengladbach for around 10 million euros. The move to the Bundesliga was a big step, and early signs were promising. He scored a brace in his first league game, showing he could handle the pressure at a higher level. Unfortunately, injuries and inconsistent form disrupted his progress, and his goal output dropped. In his first season, he managed 4 league goals, and last season he struggled further, scoring just 2 goals across all competitions. This inconsistency, combined with a loan move to Antalyaspor in Turkey, meant his career stalled a little over the past couple of years. His time in Turkey wasn't straightforward either. He faced financial issues with the club, including unpaid wages totaling around 200,000 euros, which led him to take action through FIFA to terminate his loan early. Off-field challenges like that can certainly affect a player's confidence and form, but they also highlight the resilience he's needed to display to keep his career moving forward. Despite these setbacks, Cavanchara has kept himself active, playing in a friendly for Gladbach earlier this month, although he hasn't had much competitive football in the past 2 months. Match fitness will be something Celtic will need to manage carefully as he integrates into the squad. What we do know about his playing style is encouraging. He's a striker who thrives in the penalty box, often scoring scrappy tap-in goals, headers, and other finishes that show he knows how to be in the right place at the right time. Beyond that, he has the ability to strike from distance using low-driven shots from outside the box, which gives him a bit of variety in his scoring. Celtic fans can be hopeful that he brings a combination of physical presence and intelligent movement, able to play with his back to goal, link up with teammates, and make runs behind the defense. it's fair to say that his form at Sparta Prague represents the ceiling of his potential, while the struggles in Germany and Turkey show what happens when things don't click. Celtic are betting that the environment here, the style of football, and the service he'll receive in the box will help him find his best form again. If he comes motivated, confident, and ready to get back on track, he could easily become a key player for the Hoops, contributing goals and acting as a focal point in the attack. If he arrives low on confidence, however, it could take time to see the kind of impact fans are hoping for. Looking ahead to the immediate fixtures, match fitness will be a factor. Celtic have a crucial game coming up at Tynecastle, and while it would be ideal to see Cavanchara in the starting lineup, realistically, he may need a few games to adjust to the pace and physicality of the Scottish Premiership. After limited competitive action, the squad will need to manage his integration carefully, ensuring he's confident and ready to perform without risking injury or overexertion. Another interesting point is how Celtic are operating behind the scenes in terms of transfers. With recent departures in scouting and management, the club has been scrambling a little to identify and bring in talent. Experienced scouts like James Bell Walker have come in to support the process, alongside internal staff to ensure players like Cavanchara are properly evaluated and recommended to the manager for final decisions. This rapid adaptation shows that the club is aware of the urgency in strengthening the squad and is actively making moves to bring in the right personnel before the transfer window closes. Finally, a note on the opponents and upcoming matches. Hearts are set to be without some key players for the next 6 to 8 weeks, which improves Celtic's chances in the league encounter. While it's never ideal to celebrate injuries, having players like Shankland, Devlin, and Beningame unavailable gives Celtic a strategic advantage. Meanwhile, the squad also has a big Europa League tie coming up against Bologna, which will test the players' readiness and depth as they travel to Italy. With Cavanchara potentially joining the squad soon, Celtic could have an additional attacking option that makes a real difference in these high-stakes matches. So, in summary, Celtic are bringing in a young, tall, penalty box-focused striker with a proven track record in the Czech Republic, some experience in Germany, and a desire to reignite his career. The hope is that the Scottish Premiership will suit him perfectly, providing an environment where he can flourish again, scoring goals, contributing to the team, and helping the Hoops in both domestic and European competitions. Fans will be watching closely to see how he adapts, how quickly he integrates into the squad, and whether he can replicate the form that made him such an exciting prospect at Sparta Prague. Now, turning our focus a bit more on Cavanchara's playing style, it's clear that he brings a mix of physicality and intelligence to the forward line. He's not the type of striker who relies solely on flair or dazzling dribbles. Instead, he reads the game well, positions himself expertly, and makes the kind of runs that unsettle defenders. His height gives him a significant advantage in aerial duels, meaning Celtic can look to exploit crosses and set pieces much more effectively with him on the pitch. In a league where physicality and winning second balls is crucial, having a striker like him can make a real difference. His knack for being in the right place at the right time is something that Celtic fans should particularly appreciate. Cavanchara has a reputation for scoring what you might call scrappy goals, tap-ins, rebounds, headers from close range, the kind of finishes that are sometimes overlooked but often win games. That instinctive sense of where the ball will land in the box and his ability to react quickly under pressure makes him a consistent threat. It's also worth noting that he's capable of more than just poaching goals. When given space outside the area, he can unleash low-driven shots or strike from distance with power, offering a bit of unpredictability to Celtic's attack. Looking at his previous seasons, what stands out is his ability to combine technical skill with work ethic. He's been described as a striker willing to put in the effort defensively, pressing the opposition and tracking back when needed. That kind of contribution is vital in Ange Postecoglou's system, where forwards are expected to participate in the press and help regain possession quickly. Cavanchara's willingness to work hard and his physical attributes should fit into that style, potentially giving Celtic an extra layer of aggression up front. Now, the big question is how quickly he can settle into the team. As we discussed earlier, match fitness will be something to monitor. He hasn't played a full competitive match for a couple of months, and while he's been training and even appeared in a friendly, it's different from the pace, intensity, and physicality of the Scottish Premiership. Celtic will need to manage his minutes carefully at first, easing him in while making the most of his natural strengths. If handled correctly, he could start to make an impact almost immediately, especially in situations where his aerial ability and finishing instincts can be used to their full effect. Another point to consider is the psychological aspect. Moving from Turkey, dealing with unpaid wages, and facing career setbacks in Germany could have affected his confidence. However, a supportive environment, a club with high expectations but a stable culture like Celtic and a passionate fan base cheering him on could provide exactly the boost he needs. If he arrives with the right mindset, seeing this as a real chance to reignite his career, then there's no reason why he can't find the form that made him so effective at Sparta Prague. Celtic's recent struggles in front of goal highlight why this signing could be crucial. The team has been putting balls into the box, but the lack of a physical, reliable striker has meant chances are being wasted. Cavanchara could be the solution, offering someone capable of converting crosses, corners, and knockdowns into goals. His presence alone will force defenders to pay attention, potentially creating more space for players like Kyogo Furuhashi, Lila Bada, and the other attacking talents in the squad. On the tactical side, having a tall, mobile striker allows Celtic to vary their approach. Postecoglou's side usually plays a high-tempo possession-based game, but with Cavanchara in the team, there's the option to exploit his height on the counter-attack, throw long balls into the box, or capitalize on set-piece situations. His versatility in the final third adds a dimension that Celtic have been missing, particularly against teams that defend deep or play with a physical backline. It's also worth noting that Cavanchara has a history of performing on bigger stages, even if inconsistently. His experience in the Europa League and Bundesliga, as well as international matches for the Czech Republic, shows that he's competed at higher levels before. While those spells weren't always successful, they demonstrate that he's seen a variety of football styles and pressures. Bringing that experience to Celtic could help younger players understand positioning, movement, and how to handle key moments in matches. Looking ahead, the next few fixtures are critical. Celtic have a Europa League tie away to Bologna, followed by a tough domestic clash at Tynecastle. Even if Cavanchara isn't fully match fit, integrating him into the squad, giving him minutes from the bench, and familiarizing him with the team's movement will be essential. His presence, even for short spells, could change the dynamics on the pitch, offering Celtic new options and fresh energy in attack. Finally, when thinking about the bigger picture, This signing reflects Celtic's ambition to strengthen in key areas while balancing immediate needs with long-term strategy. Despite recent turbulence in scouting and management, the club has moved decisively to secure a player who could make a tangible difference in the remaining months of the season. If Cavanchara adapts well, regains his confidence, and starts finding the back of the net consistently, he could become a cornerstone of the squad, helping Celtic mount serious challenges domestically and in Europe. This season is at a pivotal stage and every point counts. Adding Cavanchara could provide not just goals but also a psychological boost for the squad. Knowing that there's a striker capable of converting chances, holding up play, and creating opportunities for teammates can lift everyone's performance, as fans will be watching closely to see how he settles, how quickly he links up with the team, and how he adapts to the demands of Scottish football. The potential is there, and if Celtic and Cavanchara get it right, this could be a very exciting chapter in the club's season. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. Aaron Ramsdale, the Arsenal goalkeeper who's been making headlines for his shot-stopping prowess, reportedly told close sources that he's ready to embrace a bold new chapter in his career, and all signs point to Celtic as the next big stop. The whispers have been swirling for weeks, and while nothing has been officially confirmed, insiders hint that Ramsdale's yes might already have set the wheels in motion for what could be one of the most talked-about transfers in Scottish football this year. It's no secret that Celtic have been on the lookout for a goalkeeper capable of commanding the box and bringing a touch of Premier League experience north of the border. Ramsdale fits that mold perfectly: agile, vocal, and fearless in one-on-one situations. Those close to the player suggest that the lure of playing in front of a fervent Celtic Park crowd, combined with the chance to compete in European competitions, was too tempting for Ramsdale to resist. The speculation doesn't end there. Fans are already imagining the English shot stopper donning the iconic green and white hoops, marshalling a defense that has long sought stability at the back. Rumors suggest that negotiations have been quietly moving behind the scenes, with Ramsdale's camp and Celtic representatives reportedly in advanced talks. If true, this move could signal a shift in Scottish football dynamics, giving Celtic a major boost between the sticks and sending a clear message to rivals in both domestic and continental arenas. Of course, the footballing world knows that nothing is certain until ink meets paper, but the excitement is palpable. Social media has been ablaze with speculation, and supporters are already picturing dramatic saves and commanding displays in the Hoops jersey. Whether this is a strategic masterstroke or simply a high-profile flirtation remains to be seen, but the idea of Ramsdale as Celtic's new last line of defence has captured imaginations across Scotland and beyond. If the rumours bear out, Aaron Ramsdale would not just be joining a club, he'd be stepping into a historic role, tasked with leading from the back and helping Celtic reclaim or cement their domestic dominance. Fans will be watching closely, every whisper scrutinised, every training session dissected, all in anticipation of a move that could redefine the team's season. One thing is for sure: the prospect of Ramsdale in green and white is already sending shockwaves through Scottish football circles. Hello, fan. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.